Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Hello, gamers. God, I hate that intro. Why do I use that? Why do I keep using that? Okay, I'm late to the party. I was away, okay? SILKSONG news came out. I wasn't there because I was at home. Sorry for that. Stizzle did a video on it, and Takuti did a video on it, and I think Firebomb did a video on it. So there's like already 50 million videos. So I thought, instead of like reporting on the whole news again, which you can check out in the videos in the info box, which should appear right now, I'm instead going to do something very different, which is I'm going to talk about what are we getting and what are we looking at. We are looking at the planned magazine, which will come out on December 31st, digital at least. The physical one will still take a while, I believe. And we are looking at this cover art done by Ari, who is a member of Team Cherry, for those of you who didn't know. And I wanted to analyze this painting, and thanks to Shalun on Twitter, which will be in the description, we have a clean version of this image, and I wanted to do a short analysis and give my kind of thoughts on the whole, well, not on the whole deal, but kind of on this Edge magazine stuff. And so I kind of wanted to show you guys what this image is all about. Because a definite analysis is a bit hard because we only have like one image, which, I mean, it's not very different from the riddles. The riddles were a GIF, the image of a character, and some, well, text, which the character said in the description. And now we only have an image, but we will get the full news in about, well, time of recording, 4 days. So 4 days, probably more info. I don't know when this video will be up, but yeah, probably in the span of 2 days, 2 videos. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at the famous scene from Hornet in the SILKSONG reveal trailer, where Hornet is fighting Lace, presumably for the second time, atop a giant structure made out of flowers. And these white pale flowers are very interesting because many people have speculated they are the same flowers which were in the Godmaster, I think Godmaster or Godhome, well, definitely the Godmaster ending, which trapped the Godmaster and also the Shade Lord, if we can call them that, trapped them in a pale flower. So they seem to have some, well, magical capabilities, seem to be very powerful in this world. In general, pale things or white things in Hollow Knight are very special most of the time. Silk as well. And we see kind of the silk going around Hornet, which is something that we've seen at the end of the reveal trailer, where Hornet was standing in front of a captured Weaver, or maybe a dead Weaver, maybe only a Weaver mask, and she, well, the silk was kind of spinning around her and she was screaming. It was very weird. Yeah, it was very frightening, I would say. And we kind of have the same thing going on here. Maybe just Hornet drawing her sword. That could produce this kind of thing. We see the flowers actually, or at least the petals around her, which are similar to the ones that we saw in the Seth area. Some people speculated that was worm ash, but that's been basically not deconfirmed, but it's highly unlikely, at least from my point of view. It might still be a possibility, but whatever. And the most important thing that we have in the background are these pipes, and the pipes are probably the most mysterious thing about this whole image, because we don't see the cage. It seems there was a cage in the area where Hornet fought Lace. We don't see it here in this image, but these pipes were visible. And what are these pipes for? Well, that's a question that is hard to answer, because it seems as though these pipes might deliver some kind of material, something to another place. I mean, that's mostly what pipes are for. Maybe they take away water, maybe they take away silk, maybe they take away some other material that goes through them. I have no idea. It could be basically anything. It's very hard to say. And it seems as though there's maybe a gush of wind, you know, Hornet's kind of, well, clothing is going like upwards and stuff. It's very hard to tell what is going on. It's hard to judge because again, we don't know what these pipes are for, and we don't know how these flowers, what their purpose is. They could have magical capabilities. Perhaps they are used for some sort of magic super weapon. Who knows? Maybe the essence is kind of like taken into these pipes. I don't know. It's weird. It definitely seems to be a later game scene, so it's not at the beginning. It seems to be, well, pretty high up in Farloom's kind of area basement, you know, with the hierarchy of where the areas are, where they're placed. And I think this one is pretty atop, pretty close to the top, maybe even like directly under the top, seeing as though the pipes go upwards. Maybe it's under the citadel, maybe, since we already heard from Seth's area that it's basically under the citadel or at the foot of the citadel. So this one might be directly under the citadel. So something might be going, some of these materials might be going upwards into the citadel. I have no idea. Maybe some silk stuff. Who knows? What's interesting though is this scene must be very important. This fight between Hornet and Imagine Lace standing somewhere here, or like where the viewer is kinda. It seems to be that since they chose this image as like the cover for a magazine and an interview, this one must be one of the most important elements or one of the most important scenes in the entire game. And that's fascinating to me because I used to think of Lace kind of like a kind of a Hornet or Farloom, but a little more evil and stuff. But if she's really the second main bad villain in this entire game, then her plot, whatever she's doing here, it must be really important. And it's kind of hard to tell what is happening. Is Lace taking the silk away? Is Lace kind of taking the essence of some of these pale objects, of these pale flowers? What exactly is their purpose? What exactly is Hornet doing here? That's another question. I thought Hornet was only going to the citadel, but maybe she's just on her way up and Lace was just there. Like, what's the dealio? What's happening? And I think this question is probably the one that's central to this whole cover and this whole magazine. And I hope kinda that we can get some answers in this magazine. I am definitely interested where this goes. It will definitely, well, of course, I want to know more about the development and stuff, about the development parts and all of that. But what is it with this kind of stuff? We probably won't get an answer in the magazine. We will probably only get an answer once the full game is out. But it's just very interesting to me that they would choose this specific scene, because they could have like taken Hornet being in the Moss Grotto, or Hornet fighting an enemy, or Hornet just like kind of standing there. I don't know, but there's some kind of purpose with these pipes. It seems to be a central element to the game, and maybe these flowers are more important than we thought they were. So my tip, get the magazine. Link will be in the description below, at least to the website where you can potentially get it digital and also physical. Subscribe to them, please. Edge is a very good magazine. It's kind of sad that the author, Jen, has to go, or has to leave after this last edition. But still, thank you very much for Team Cherry and Ari as well for the cover art. Thank you to Jen for conducting the interview and giving us some news, which we haven't had in like 6 months, I think. It's been a long time. We were kind of misled with December 13th. I kind of fucked that up too, so that's also my fault. And I hope I can speak to you guys again soon, probably in like a day, depending on when this video comes out, maybe in 2 days, but yeah. Thank you all for watching and speak soon. Farewell, dear viewer.